Fred, what was your reaction when you did not get fined by the league for your comments about Isaiah Thomas's dribbling? And also, do you think the fact that you avoided discipline might mean that your words might hold some sway tonight?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, Case.
Do you have a reaction?
No. Is that it?
Chris Gasper, Boston Globe. I just wanted to ask you, other than maybe the occasional turning the ball over in the dribble, what makes Isaiah Thomas so hard to guard? And is there anything you guys have seen in this series that would make you change your strategy in terms of how you guard him?
Well, I mean, he's such a versatile player. He's leading the series in points in the paint. He's so shifty at getting downhill and getting into the paint, where he's as good a finisher as there is in this league. You know, obviously he's got unlimited range. He can pull up, stop on a dime, and knock down shots from all over the floor. He's got a great mid-range game. He gets himself to the free throw line. He's such a versatile scorer. He's as tough a guard as there is in our league.
Fred, Joe Colley sometimes. First of all, you're an active list. Who's inactive?
It'll be Rondo and Payne.
Talking about Cameron, why hasn't he been an option? I mean, because this point guard search has kind of gone on the last couple of games. Why hasn't he been an option? What about him, his makeup or whatever, you guys just don't feel he's a choice?
Well, we actually have thought about it, Joe. He's been really good, you know, playing the role of Isaiah Thomas. You know, he's really, you know, showing flashes of you know, what he can maybe become as a player. He's a guy that can get into the paint, get downhill. He's got good size and length. He's got a nice floater in the paint. You know, so he is somebody that we have thought about, but you know, it just goes really to experience. You know, I guess that's kind of where it is with our team right now. Isaiah has been in the league. He's been in situations where he's been on the floor a lot over the course of his career. You know, he is one of our better pressure guards. You know, that can hopefully get up and pick up and you know, apply some pressure. That's the reason that we did go with Isaiah. You know, then Jaron and Michael, they're going to have to keep themselves ready. You know, there still is, you know, possibilities for those guys to go out there and get minutes, especially with Rajon out of the lineup. But we'll reevaluate it. Joe will reevaluate after the game and see where we want to go with Game 6.
Fred, Mike McGraw, Daily Herald. How do you know, there's probably not a whole lot of familiarity with playing with Isaiah Canaan at point guard since he didn't play a lot late in the season. How did you address that? How much of a concern is that these guys just aren't used to him being out there?
Well, you know, obviously, you know, Isaiah Thomas was having his way with us, and we wanted to, you know, put somebody on him that could apply some pressure, get up and pick up full court. You know, we thought Isaiah was our best option with that. We felt comfortable with Dwayne and Jimmy getting us into an offense. That they've done that for a lot of the year, putting the ball in their hands and facilitating, you know, our offense for us. So. You know, that was the reason that we went that direction. You know, again, we just felt it was so important for us to try to apply some pressure. Jimmy's playing so many minutes. We didn't want him to have to go out there and chase Isaiah around for 48 minutes, understanding that there is a point in the game where he will get his chance. But we felt Isaiah Canaan was our best option, at least trying to slow him down a little bit.
You mentioned that both Jaron and Mike have to stay ready for those backup point guard minutes. Does that mean that Denzel's out of the rotation again tonight?
Well, he's got to stay ready as well. You know, Anthony Morrow has to stay ready. You know, for you know, a guy that can knock down shots, that has knocked down shots over the course of his career. So you know, it's all those guys. Everybody has to keep themselves prepared. You know, you never know when you're going to get that chance and get your name called and hopefully go out there and produce. Well, we have an idea. You know, we'll see if we stick to it. You know, but you always go into a game with a plan on what your rotation is going to be. But then you have to be ready to make an adjustment. You know, we went into last game not knowing if Isaiah Canaan was going to get the call. But based on what was happening in that first quarter and also with foul trouble, he got his chance early, and he went out there and I thought did a great job. I thought he was really the guy that was responsible for getting the momentum shifted to our side. Unfortunately, we couldn't sustain it, you know, digging ourselves a 20-point hole to climb out of it. You know, Isaiah was a key part of us making that run. That's why we started him in the third quarter. That wasn't the plan going into the game, but, you know, obviously you make the adjustment, who's out there producing, and Isaiah was that guy, and that's why we gave him the start in the third quarter. And again, climbing back from that 20-point deficit and taking a lead in the third quarter, he was a big part of that.
Coach, I guess Isaiah Thomas, Rondo, excuse with me this morning referenced that he might try to still play on Friday. How is that with you as a coach going forward in this series, knowing that you played so well in Game 2, you want to kind of move forward with maybe Isaiah Canaan as point guard, but you have a chance that Rajon might still play?
Well, it tells you everything you need to know. Rajon was out there playing, basically with a torn ligament in his wrist. And, if he can play, if there's any chance for him to go out there, he's a guy that's going to go out there and give it a shot. It's just his makeup, his competitiveness. So he's going to do everything he can to keep himself ready. We still understand it's a long shot. He's got a broken thumb. And that's hard to go out there and play, especially on your right hand, as well as a torn ligament on the other side of the wrist. So you got the wrist and the thumb. It's tough. Rajon's got an unbelievable left hand, better than most guys' right hands as far as handling the ball and passing the ball. But it's tough. It is tough. But, the great thing about him, he's going to go out there, whether he's playing or not, he's going to, give advice to our young players that are getting this opportunity. He's always talking to them when they come off the floor. He's making an impact, even though he's not on the court. But we'll see. We'll see how things progress. We got a couple days before the next one. And see where things go.
The torn ligament that Rajon was playing with in his wrist, which he just told us about today, is that the same thing as the sprained wrist that he had near the end of the season, or is that a different thing, or what's the deal?
Yeah, correct. Yep.